Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Eric Gutierrez. First time here, welcome. Returning viewer, welcome back. Today's video, as you read the caption, we'll be replacing our front forks, or not front forks, but front fork oil. Oftentimes a lot of people forget about this, they just left them off. My bike is currently at 39, let's say 40, even it out, rounded off at 4,000 miles. That my fork oil has not been replaced. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of people forget about it. As always, we're referring to our manual. See here, I have the page open, ready to go. Front fork oil change. I'm going step-by-step procedure. I thought you had to lift it, but you don't have to. So I'll be going step-by-step on the book. I'm not certified, but I am following the manual. As well as I will be going over how much oil per fork will be needed, as well as torque specifications as far as my manual calls for my model and year. Picked up this fork oil from a local shop here. It's gonna be running today. I have no idea about what weight or certain brands, stuff like that. They recommended me this, so I'm gonna wing it today, see how it goes. I'm gonna be using a measuring cup. You can see I kind of rinse it off, but I'm gonna be drying it off, make sure there's no water in here. So I'm gonna be measuring it with this little cup here. You can see the little lines. Now, because I have swapped up my handlebars, I have the little 1-inch risers. I won't be able to get a torque wrench in there to torque it down. So what I'll be doing is removing the handlebars. So I won't be showing you that. But if you have the OG setup with a 3/4-inch rise pullback, you won't have to worry about it, as I should give you enough clearance. But in my case, I'm gonna be removing the bolts. Alright, first step we're doing is removing our drain plug, which would be this little screw right here. Weirdly enough, it's a Phillips head screw. Now I want to keep in mind how it's going to be coming out. So one little observation I've been doing right now is that I have not removed the end cap on top. And my theory is that if it comes shooting out, that means I have a fork leak somewhere. If it comes out dripping slowly, then that means my seals are good within my forks, I think. See just how dark that is? Yeah, it's just dark, bro. Now I'm about to remove my fork cap. You can see just how much is coming out now. Just control the flow. Now with my cap completely off, you can see just how fast it's draining up. Alright, so now we're going to be replacing our drain plug. Now the book says to replace your crush washer, which would be this little copper washer right here, which would be that little copper washer. Hopefully you can see it. I'm just going to wing it like that, but use your own discretion. I will be adding a tad bit of Loctite, más o menos. I'm going to clean off any of the oil, then we're going to put it back inside. So now my book calls for tightening it from anywhere from 52 to 78 foot-pounds. I set mine at 65, just somewhere in the middle, like how I normally do it when I tighten stuff down. Call it a day. Alright, now to remove your fork cap, it takes a 1 3/8. I'm using a wrench in this case just to remove it, just because I still have my handlebars on there. Just like that. Gonna end up removing it. Now I'm just gonna leave it just like that, because we're gonna go down there and move my drain, the other cap. Same situation, same deal. As you can see here, my book, it calls for 13.4 US fluid ounces, or 396 cc's, whatever that is. As you can see here, mine goes up to 6 fluid ounces, so it's going to be 2 of these up to the 6 ounce, which will be 12, and we add 1.4, which will be let's say right underneath half. Alright, we're gonna go up to the 6 fluid ounce line. See there, it's about 6 fluid ounces. See here, I got my funnel situated already. We add 6 fluid ounces. Then we're gonna add another 6, something like that. Then we're gonna pour it in. Then we're gonna add about 1.4 fluid ounces, equal to 13.4, because we already have 12 fluid ounces in there. So it should look something like this, just like that. Then we're gonna pour it in. So now we have 13.4 fluid ounces in our front fork. Then we're gonna repeat the same procedure on this side. Now the book recommends you replace these O-rings. I'm just gonna wing it with my same ones. Mine don't look too bad with rough shape, so I'm gonna be reusing them. Because I'm gonna be torquing these down, I'm gonna be removing my handlebars as I mentioned earlier, and you can see here I got 2 bolts removed already. So when I move it off, I'm just gonna torque it down. The torque spec on my cap bolt recommends anywhere from 60 to 70 foot-pounds. I set mine at 65, somewhere in the middle. As well as I'll be adding a tad bit of thread locker, something like that, and a little bit of this. So now we're going to be torquing down our cap bolt to 65 foot-pounds. My GoPro ended up dying halfway in when I was tying down these cap bolts, so be sure to tie them down correctly. And with that being said, put everything back together, and I'm going to go for a little test ride. Alright, so that's going to conclude today's video. You can see here, after your test ride, you come here, you want to double check you're not leaking from your drain plugs, from your drain screws right there in the bottom. Make sure you're not draining. Double check up here, nothing's coming out. It's still a little dirty from when I replaced it. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe if you like it. Check out my channel if you're interested in any other topics. Thank you, and ride safe.